I had filmed a fancy intro and outro for this, but the whole thing was out of focus. So here we are. It's a different day. My sweet toddler's downstairs. I wish I had the time to like throw on makeup right now and do a nice one, like nice intro, but this is what you're getting. No, this is all I can do right now because I want to get this video edited and up because it's my makeup collection. And these videos, they're just fun to do. And it's very old school YouTube to me, so it just makes me happy. Most of my makeup collection is here at my house. We do have a separate workspace and I used to keep it all there, recently moved it back. Love having it here at home with me. It's such a better system. But yeah, a lot of what you're gonna see, it's most of my collection, probably like 95% of it, maybe 90% of it. But some of it might seem missing because I've got it like in my bathroom. I might have it in a makeup bag I take back and forth. Some of it's at the workspace. So just as an FYI, not that that really matters, but yeah. Let's just dive into it. I don't have anything else to say. Yay! So I moved my makeup collection over here just for the sake of this video, just so the lighting is a little bit better. So top drawer is my concealer and sprays. I've got them just like in these two baskets I got at Meijer. Concealer wise, I have some old faves, and honestly, like some of these, I probably need to do some decluttering soon because some of these products I've had for a while. These are these Hailey's Beauty concealers that are definitely looking a little worse for wear. So yeah, like those kinds of things can probably go in the future, but I do have some favorites. I love this Shiseido concealer. This is their Synchro Skin. Truly one of my favorites. When I inevitably run out, I will buy it again though, because it is just unlike any other concealer. It's the one I reach for the most. I do have a lot of other favorites. So I have really been enjoying the Wet n Wild Incognito. It's got like medium coverage. It blends in really nicely. I have a couple of like the highlightery type brightener concealers. You know, this e.l.f. one really surprised me and is really, really good. The Touche Éclat from YSL. It's all right. It's better for just like chill, less makeup-y days because it's not going to be something that covers. The Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer I love, but I feel like they changed the formula of this. I don't know what's going on. It just does feel different than it used to. But I still like it, but I have not been reaching for it the way I used to. So let me know if you've noticed the same thing with that. Got the Clé de Peau concealer. This is one of my like splurgiest buys from a while back. I still like it. Like for a stick concealer, it's one of the creamiest I've ever tried. It definitely is better for like spot concealing. I don't love this on my under eye. The Marc Jacobs Accomplice concealer. This is a really good one. Also super creamy. It's cheaper than the Clé de Peau. Some newer ones to me, the Bare Minerals. This color is not right. It's in light 2C. It's way too like orange on me, so I need to get a different shade. Another one I really like back here, the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. The NARS. This is like a miniature of their concealer that I like. Another shade mishap, the Make Up Forever Ultra HD. This is the one that's supposed to be self-setting. So it sounded like it was going to be kind of like the Shiseido one, but this one's too light for me. So I can't like tell if I even like it because I'm just constantly focused on how too light this is for me. Back here, I've got a couple other favorites. The Benefit Boing. You guys know I love that one. The Cover FX Power Play. A Milani like under eye brightener. This Bare Minerals concealer in Bisque. I used to get light bisque and I think I need to get light bisque again because I think this one's just not the right shade. But boy, if you want like a crazy brightened under eye, this will do it. And then this is something I really haven't used. I've kind of swatched. It's just super dry. It's this Laura Mercier concealer like duo. But I think it's meant to be like for the face, and I don't know. I've heard that people really like this. I have not found a way to use it yet. Setting sprays I don't use a crazy amount, but the ones I do reach for, like the MAC Fix Plus, I've had this a while and I love it because I feel like it does take down the powderiness of makeup. I also like the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist because it adds a good amount of dew. This e.l.f. Stay All Night one is really, really good, but the stopper, man, or the nozzle I should say, no matter what, gets all gunked up like every few weeks. It's just frustrating because the actual setting spray itself is so good, but I don't reach for it because it's a nightmare to try to use. Some like SPF ones from Kula and Soleil. And then this Physicians Formula Skin Mist. Just ones, again, I don't really reach for these much. Oh, the All Nighter I actually do reach for a decent amount because it's a good setting spray. Maybelline Glass Spray is a little too dewy for me. This is one I haven't tried a lot, the Lila B. I want to give a try too. And that's in that drawer. So this drawer here is my powders. I have to be honest, when I was putting everything in here, I was pretty surprised by how many powders I had because I feel like after I did like some major declutters in the past, I really didn't have many, but I definitely am finding that I use powders more often now. So got some pressed ones here. We have some loose ones, some in the back I maybe don't reach for as often. So some of the highlights I'll say would be like this Kosas powder. I bought this shade, it was too dark. I did end up buying another shade in Feathery that I do use, but this is the shade Comfy. But it is just the most like lightweight chill powder, but it actually like blurs the face. It is a magical powder, I have to say. So that is one I really, really enjoy. If I want some more coverage, I love and have loved for years the It Cosmetics one. It's their Celebration Foundation one. If you want a little bit more glow to it, the Illuminations, my favorite. Iced coffee break. So some other favorites, I really like this L'Oreal Age Perfect one. This is just such a good powder. It's got coverage, but it reminds me of the It Cosmetics one because it still mattifies, but it's not as mattifying as its counterpart, this one. I really like this one too, but again, this one's gonna be a little bit more mattifying than the one in the white packaging. So love them both though. The number 7, boy, this has been a holy grail forever. The number 7 Lift and Illuminate powder. This is one of my favorite under eye powders. Got an e.l.f. sheer tint pressed powder. It's really good. This Ulta one's still newer to me. Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. This kind of has this similar blurring effect to the Kosas one. Back here, I've got the CoverGirl Clean Fresh, my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. Hit pan on long ago. This and the number 7, total dupes. I do have a dupes playlist. I do dupe videos all the time. If you're just stumbling upon my videos for the first time, I can link my playlist because I do them a lot. I find a lot of awesome, if I do say so myself, I find a lot of awesome drugstore dupes. So this is definitely like, wow, a total dupe. LYS. I think it's just meant to be a powder. I used on my under eye. It is awesome. I'm realizing how long I'm taking. This video is gonna be long. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Sorry about ya. If you were in for a quick video, this might not be it. The NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat. I remember loving this bad boy back in like 2013 when I started my channel. And it's still really good. Again, it reminds me of the It Cosmetics one. Fenty Beauty one I think is nice. It's not my favorite of all time, but I do like it. The Fit Me powder. Honestly, I've only used this a couple times. I need to give this some more love. That might be something I move to my bathroom where I get ready. I've got a Haley's powder I just really haven't tried. This Antonym powder I don't reach for a lot back there. My loose powders, I've got one of my favorites here, the Maybelline Fit Me. This is a beautiful loose powder because if you get a shade that works for you, it also adds a little bit of coverage. So it's just awesome. And I've got the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder, really nice finely milled powder. 2 Laura Mercier ones, the regular, and then this is the one that adds like a little bit of shimmer. It does have shimmer in it, so if you are heavy-handed with it, you might not like it, but if you do a light dusting, it can look really pretty, especially if you don't love the matte look. e.l.f. one in the light pink. I think I bought this because of Juicy Jazz and I love it. It's so good. This one Arna Elaine sent to me and it is still so good. I use it a lot and I don't talk about it on camera because I know, you know, a high percentage of my viewers can't get Models Prefer, but it is beautiful if you can. Mineral Finishing Veil. It is stunning on the face. The Hourglass one is absolutely stunning as well. Back here, I've got, actually, because I couldn't fit it anywhere else, my Makeup by Mario lip thing. But then I've got the Airspun powder and this Color Science. It's like an SPF powder, and that is that drawer. Alrighty, down here is my bronzers and highlights. I love this drawer. It makes me so happy. By the way, you'll see some of these like white ones in here. They're from the Cosmetic Archive. I don't think this brand exists anymore, but I really liked their products, so I still have a lot of them. They're just like a thicker white acrylic type thing, and there are some like divided organizers and stuff, but anyway, so if you're curious, some of these are just random things I've had for years and years from the Dollar Tree. TJ Maxx is a good spot too. So let's start with the bronzers over here. Some of these make me so happy. So this is something I've loved for a long time, the Milk Makeup bronzer stick. I've had this for a while and I've loved it. It was one of the first cream bronzers I ever liked. You know what I mean? It kind of like introduced me to it. So I also really like the RMS Bariti bronzer. I feel like this doesn't get a lot of love on YouTube and it's really, really good. This one, I still have not found a way to use and enjoy, the Flower Heat Wave Bronzing Essence. Let me know if you use this in a way that you just love. Do you mix it? I've tried using it as an actual bronzer and it definitely, like for me, did not work that way. And I don't even know that that's how it's intended to work, but let me know, let me know. The e.l.f. Putty bronzers, I have the one that's more like gray toned and then the one that's more of a bronzer shade for me. Those are awesome. The Bare Minerals Faux Tan bronzer, I do think this is one, because it is a loose bronzer, you kind of have to work with it and like get used to it. So what I'll typically do is put it in the lid and then get kind of a fluffy brush to apply it because it can get crazy fast, like really fast. So definitely a fluffy brush. Definitely make sure the product itself is spread out on the brush. So I think it's just a little finicky, but it's pretty when it's used well. So I really, really like that. And it stays on all day. We've got the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Bronzer in medium, or sculpting powder. Got a mini of the Hoola bronzer. I need to use this more because I loved Hoola for a long time and it really is a good tone for me. So that just makes me happy. Does it still have a smell? Now I'm trying to remember, did Hoola even have a smell? I have a blush we'll talk about in a sec that's from Benefit that has that awesome benefity smell. So this one is from Milani. I love this. It's absolutely stunning. Definitely reminds me a lot of my Charlotte Tilbury Big Bronzer. This is totally a dupe for that. So if you want to save the money, this one's awesome. The e.l.f. Primer Bronzer, beautiful as well. Maybelline City Bronzer, if you need a lighter bronzer, like if you're fair skin, their lightest bronzer is super light and it's really nice. So I love all three of those. The Makeup by Mario Bronzer, I really like the tone of this. It reminds me of the City Bronzer, but I find it hard to like get on my face. Like I have to use a really dense brush, and even then, like I already have hard pan. So I've been struggling to fall in love with this other than the tone. So let me know if you have it and love it. Bare Minerals Invisible Bronzer. I don't even know if they still sell this. I think they don't. Got some more cream bronzers over here. The Danessa Myricks Power Cream Bronzer. I love this. This is a very easy to use cream bronzer. Fenty one is not my favorite. Again, I do like it. It's just, I like the Danessa Myricks one so much better. This is a Kosas Duo in Tropic Equinox, like a highlight and bronzer cream. Charlotte Tilbury Duo, I really like as well. This is the Chanel, Soleil Tan de Chanel. They redid the formula, and I don't know if I got the redone version or not. Is the packaging still the same with the new one? Let me know. I like it though. Very strong smelling though, so if that's gonna bother you, you might stay away. I've got the LYS bronzer. It's a powder bronzer. It's pretty. The L'Oreal Lumi. I already have another one of these. One of my favorites of all time. And then I've got a couple back here. The Physicians Formula and the Nudies one from Nude Sticks. Highlight wise, I've got like my creams and liquids up here and then my powders. So I've got weird amount of Rare Beauty. I'm on their PR list. It's one of the few brands like I wanted to stay on because I think a lot of their products are just like cool and unique. When and if I declutter in the future, some of these might go. Like this shade, I don't even know that I've opened. I have another one that's lighter that's not here that I use a lot. It's in my bathroom. So we'll see. I probably won't keep all of these, but they are beautiful and I love the packaging of them. Makes it so easy to use, you know. Got the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand, one of my favorite highlighters of all time. I get compliments every time I wear this. Some more RMS highlights here. I really like the Magic Luminizer and the Living Luminizer. The Living Luminizer makes your skin look glossy in the prettiest way. And I've got the e.l.f. one here. Maybelline Master Strobing Stick is really, really nice and creamy. The Hourglass one that's very similar to the Maybelline one. It's a cream in a stick form, but every time I apply it, like people are like, oh my gosh, what highlight are you wearing? I'm like, well, let me tell you about it. But it's just so easy to like blend in and apply. Got the Marc Jacobs stick, totally bought because of Samantha Ravindal, and it is absolutely beautiful. This is the ColourPop Light Sticks in Earth. URTH. Really, really pretty. Definitely has like more of a pink tone. So highlighter over here, my powder highlights, although this is a cream actually. The MAC little cream color base and pearl. Honestly, I don't use this very much. Though I'm starting to wonder, like, I feel like that'd be pretty on the eye. The little Savvy highlighter. Got this Lorac one. So I guess I have a mix of cream in here now that I'm looking. This is the Flower Beauty Day Glow. Do not sleep on this product. It is drugstore priced and it's a beautiful cream highlighter that just looks so beautiful on the cheekbones and on like the brow bone. Got the Master Chrome by Maybelline, the Milani one here. Essence Pure Nude has been a staple for a long time. Got the Kosas Duo. This is one with a blush and a highlight. This is my favorite Kosas Duo. It's in 8th Muse. I've got this Milk Makeup one that honestly is a little intimidating. The Stila one I bought recently for a video. It's in Opulence. It's just super white. I liked the actual like finish of this though, so I kind of regret not getting a different shade. Laura Mercier highlighter in Rose Glow is okay. I love this one, MAC Double Gleam. This one is stunning. One of my favorite highlights of all time. The Charlotte Tilbury highlight. This is like the ginormous one. It's beautiful. I use it all the time. Got this one at the Dollar Tree, the LA Colors highlight. If you want to see my Dollar Tree haul, it was so much fun. This one's actually really, really pretty and it's a nice big pan. I'm running out of places to swatch. And then another favorite from Laura Mercier, this one, it's their Matte Radiance Baked Powder. This one is stunning too. So those are my highlights. So this is my blush drawer. It's one of my favorites. It just, like, this drawer just absolutely makes me happy. So I've kind of got it organized by powder blushes, cream blushes, and then more like liquidy blushes. So let's dive into what's actually in here. So I've got some of the Essence blushes. Well, let me just say this line from the drugstore is so good. And these are like $2 or $3. So this is a newer shade to me in Bespoke, but this is the original Prankster called Befitting. I definitely reach for this one more than this, but they're both beautiful, long wearing, and super inexpensive. Got some MAC ones. This one's a blast from the past, MAC Melba. This one's beautiful. It's just a classic light peach. I love it. This one is in their newer packaging. It's their mineralized blush in Warm Soul. I know this is a shade that's been loved for a long time, but I think they like reformulated this or something. So it's really, really pretty though. Got these Buxom ones. These are their primer infused blushes. Y'all, I slept on these for a long time. Like they'd been sent to me in PR a while ago, and I think I got rid of them. I was like, I'm not interested. And I ended up like buying one, regretting getting rid of it because I was like, dang, because I heard so many people loved it. They have this really nice kind of smell that reminds me of the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. Love these. They just stay on all day. This pink shade I've only worn like once, Ibiza. And then this one is Seychelles. And this is the one I reach for a lot. Oh, an oldie but a goodie, Milani Luminoso. So beautiful. I have a weird amount of Bare Minerals ones. I have their Blonzer, which is really, really pretty, in Kiss of Pink. I have some Gen Nude blushes that are newer to me I got in PR that are nice. They're just powder blushes. This, however, their Bounce and Blur blushes are my favorite. One of my favorite blushes of all time because they almost feel like cream to powder. They are so easy to apply with the stipple brush. They stay on all day. I just love it. This one's in Coral Cloud. Got the e.l.f. primer infused blush, the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic one in Love Glow. It's pretty. I like it. I don't know, like this shade in particular, it's so light. And I have decently fair skin and it doesn't always show up on my skin. So it's just something to be aware of. I don't know if this shade would work for most people. Hourglass Dim Infusion blush. It's the only one I have. It's really, really pretty. One that people forget about at the drugstore, the Neutrogena Healthy Skin blush. Absolutely beautiful. Got some Laura Mercier blushes. These are just powder ones. Fresco is a favorite right here because again, it's kind of like a neutrally tone. This one is in Bellini, and then I've got Watermelon here. So pretty. And then, oh, this is the one I was talking about, the Benefit blush in Dallas. Oh my gosh. It just has this smell to it, man. I love it. Got a Nabla one here, a Patrick Ta one. They're very pretty. All right, so cream blushes. Oh, this area makes me so happy. These Stila convertible colors are two of my absolute favorites. I have Peony, which is kind of like a neutral, but it's kind of leans brown almost. Lilium is my favorite. They're very similar, but if you're picking between the two, Lilium is the one. Plus I learned that's the one they use on the set of Bridgerton, on Daphne Bridgerton. So I was like sold, and that is why I bought it. I have a Rare Beauty one. I'm not the biggest fan of these. I prefer their like liquid ones. The Tower 28 one, I absolutely love. This Honest Beauty one is another fave. Absolutely stunning. And it smells sweet. Kind of smells like sweet tarts in the best way. So highly recommend. I have Rose Pink. Got some of the e.l.f. putty blushes that I like. The Makeup Forever. This is something that was on my wish list for so long and I finally bought a while back. It's good. It's just not like life-changing, so which sucks because it's expensive, but I do like it. I do use it, but if I like lost it, I wouldn't feel like, oh my gosh, I must buy that again, you know? This is the LYS cream blush in Self Love's beautiful. This NARS trio that was limited edition a long time ago, but it's one I like to grab to travel with because it does have like what I would need if I'm just trying to pack really lightly. Got one of the e.l.f. Spiced Apple Face Duos, Smashbox Cali Contour Kit. And then over here I have, again, a lot of the Rare Beauty like liquid blushes. I definitely like these. My favorite shade is in Bliss because it's just, again, that's more of a skin tone thing than anything, but I just love this formula. It's easy to apply. I've got the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush, Glossier Cloud Paints I've been playing with, the Flower Beauty Blush Bombs, the ColourPop Cheek Dew. This is not that old, and I just feel like ColourPop products, I have some big time favorites from them, but they separate so fast and get so weird. The Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm in Pinkgasm, it's really pretty. Got some stick ones from Milani and Physicians Formula, a Physicians Formula like Dewy Blush Elixir, a NARS one, and that is everything. So this next one is eyes and brows and mascara. This one actually should come out further and I can't get it out further because of something going on back there. I've got all of my cream eye products here. These make me happy. So I've got a couple of the Maybelline Color Tattoos. These are pretty good. I was retrying them because I used to love these years ago. Got Socialite and High Roller. Really, really pretty. Got some MAC paint pots. I've got Vintage Selection and Painterly. Vintage Selection's really pretty. I just always wish it looked more obvious on the eyes. Like, it's really gorgeous. And maybe that's just it. I haven't used it in a while. I'm like, you know what? Now I like even less obvious eyeshadow on. I wonder if that'll look really pretty. Got the Eyes to Mesmerize from Charlotte Tilbury and Verushka. I also have Marie Antoinette in my bathroom, and it's a cream shadow, but it's like whipped. And so it's really kind of unique in that way. Oop, I just put that on top of it, but this green one is really pretty. I definitely don't reach for this one as much. Marie Antoinette is definitely my favorite. But I've got some MAC pigments in vanilla and tan. Tan is the best ever, 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 and I will never run out of it. I have to swatch it for you. This has been a favorite for so many years. I'll just tap it on top of my eyelid and blend it in. Look at how stupid that looks. It's beautiful. Some ColourPop singles. I like to just tap on top for some glitter. And Ulta Beauty Luster Foil one, Lorac one. So that's pretty much that. Over here I have some shadow sticks. I do not use shadow sticks. I don't know when I'm gonna like learn that I just don't use them. So I have a few just in case I'm like dying to reach for one. I've got this Kosas 10-second eyeshadow, which is awesome, but the formula is a little weird. Got like a Stila Shimmer and Glow, CoverGirl one, Ulta one, and then a bunch of the e.l.f. shimmer cream shadow things. They are really pretty. This one's in the shade Little Dipper. Okay, I'm not gonna go through all these eyeliners, but I just have a lot. I've got all my liquids in there, like the Revolution one is one of my favorites, this Nabla one. Some newer ones to me, the L'Oreal Matte Signature one I tried in a recent video, one from Rare Beauty, Makeup by Mario, and then I've got lots of like just pencil liners, some from Charlotte Tilbury, Milani. These Revlon like thin Color Stay Micro ones are pretty cool if you want like a tight line. So yeah, just a mix. I've got one gel liner from Maybelline, and then I have this cake liner from Laura Mercier where you can like use it wet and it will I don't know why, but looking at this just gave me nails on a chalkboard feeling. So you can just use like a powder and make it kind of a real eyeliner with a little bit of setting spray. And then over here I've got brows, one unopened thing. I don't typically put a ton of like unopened new things in here. I have that in a separate area, so I don't really know why I have this in here, but it's the Glossier Brow Flick. I have not tried, but I've got some Wet n Wild brow gel, some from Milk, some from Kosas. Got some pencils from all kinds of brands, e.l.f., Fenty, MAC, Benefit Gimme Brow, you know, the works. I've got some pomades I haven't reached for in a long time, the Anastasia one, and then I've got one from Chi. That's pretty much what's in there. Back here I have a bunch of mascaras, half of which need to be thrown out that have been old that I had really used up, but I didn't want to get rid of yet in case I wanted to like show the wand in a video, that kind of thing. And then back here is just some more single shadows and some eye primers, like the Hourglass one, Urban Decay. Yeah, so just products like that. I've got a NARS one I really like. I don't use eye primers all the time, but that's basically what's back there. So that is this drawer. All right, so this is my base drawer. I've got foundations, BB creams, tinted moisturizers. But in this basket here, I have more like light to medium coverage, tinted moisturizer type products. So well, first let's start here. These are all my Misha BB creams. This is my favorite product. So I have different shades. I've got 23, 27, 29. This is like a travel of 23. I have 21 in my bathroom. I'm somewhere between 21 and 23. Lately, I've been gravitating towards shade 21. But then when I'm self-tan, 27, 29, it's my favorite, you guys. You can get it for like 10 bucks on Amazon. But over here, I've got L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. Love this. And I could not find this shade anywhere online. And so I bought 30. It actually doesn't look too different. We'll see. Some newer products to me, the Glowish by Huda Beauty. I've been mixing this with foundation instead of wearing it like as a tint. It's just too much on its own, like too glowy, but with not enough coverage. Some other ones, I've got the Maybelline Dream BB Fresh, the First Aid Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, L'Oreal Skin Paradise, Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. I've been messing with this a little bit more. I do like it. Again, it's still a tinted moisturizer, so you're not gonna get crazy coverage, but it's been looking nice on the skin. A favorite tinted moisturizers from Tarte. This is their Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. Got the MAC Face and Body Foundation. NARS Sheer Glow is definitely a favorite. I wear the shade Yukon. It's a perfect shade match. CoverGirl, oof, Clean Fresh. This is looking a little gross. It's not that old, but it just, you know, when you don't reach for it, man, these things separate. Got Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, a couple couple shades of that. That is definitely a fave. Physicians Formula, Silk Elixir. The Ilia one, I'm still not sold on yet. A lot of you guys love, but I don't know, man. I can't seem to love it yet. These are not super organized back here, but it's just all my foundations. So they're usually medium to full coverage, or they're ones I don't reach for a lot, so they're kind of just pushed to the back. Physicians Formula Butter Believe It foundation. This is one I really, really like. Got the e.l.f. Camo CC cream. This is one I really loved the first few weeks of using it, and I was telling you guys that. And then the more I use it, the more I realize it wears off really weird throughout the day. I haven't been reaching for it as much. It's such a bummer. Another one, it's kind of more of like a whipped formula, but this CoverGirl Advanced Radiance is weirdly good. I'm almost out of it. It's so awesome. It's hard to find though. This is newer to me, this Bare Minerals. Again, the shade's not great. Liquid mineral foundation. It's kind of thinner than I expected and I just didn't end up loving it. This is a favorite if you can get designer brands. Their Luminous Hydrating Foundation. Rare Beauty one, I think I've only tried like once, so that I need to try more. Love the LYS Serum Foundation. It's nice and glowy. Another fave is this NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is definitely like top tier. Estee Lauder Double Wear. Oh, totally worth the hype. Totally awesome. The Insta Bake from Beauty Bakery I also really, really like. NARS, their like new matte one, I'm still messing with. It's really, really good, but I just feel like I have to be so careful when I'm applying it that I look at it and just feel stressed out. Some back here I didn't love that probably eventually will be decluttered, like this Revlon Light Cover one. Ulta one, if you saw my Ulta like trying a full face of their products, this was absolutely awful. That's pretty much everything there. All right, so here is my primer drawer. This also makes me happy. Again, I've just got these baskets. So I have basically glowy type primers, all other kinds of primers, and then some like skincare products that just didn't have a home, and then SPF. Let's just start with that. The CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen. It's got a tint. I like it, but the tint is like very specific. I don't know that everyone could use it. I wish they made a few different tints of it. Maybe they will. Laura Mercier, this one's almost gone. SPF 30, I like. It works well under makeup. One of my favorites I have a backup of right here is the Super Goop Glow Screen. This one's almost gone. This is my next one. It's one of the prettiest glowy sunscreens for the face ever. And it works really well under makeup. So it's just one of those things that I'm like, I just love it. It's expensive, but I'll spend the money every time because I just think it's fantastic. I've also got their Unseen Sunscreen, which is more like mattifying if that is what you're looking for. No white cast at all. Another fave, the Paula's Choice Super Light SPF 30. Again, it's got a little bit of a tint. Just some random products. The Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum. I guess I could put in here. It just feels more like skincare to me, but I really like that. Some face oils. This one from Wander Beauty I love. Some sprays. So just random things. Here I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Brightening Youth Glow, the Milani Supercharged Dewy Primer, this Becca one, they're like out of business now or about to be. This was so pretty. The Rose Glow Face Gloss is really pretty from Revlon. You can wear it as a primer. You can mix it in with products. The VDL Lumi Layer Primer, this gives like the most unique look to the skin. It's unlike any of my other primers. It just like almost looks luminescent. It's really pretty. And the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. So that's everything in there. This basically back here is like a lot of like pore filling type stuff. So this Revlon Photo Ready one I love. Got some from Rare Beauty. Love this one from Revlon if you are looking for a primer that's kind of pore filling, but it also is still a little hydrating. This is my favorite. I love it. Got one from Tula that's blurring. I've got the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Primer. I'm still testing out. Still testing the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. This gripping one from LYS. I just don't reach for a crazy amount. This has been a favorite for years. The Peter Thomas Roth Mattifying Primer. This makes my nose look freaking poreless and smoother than ever. I love that. I have that, and I have like a little travel size that I bring with me when I travel. It's so good. Got some others from like Believe Beauty, the Physicians Formula one, this one from YSL that I splurged on a long time ago and I cannot get rid of. I like it too. I need to force myself to use it because I don't want this to go bad without using it up. I wouldn't buy it again though. So yeah, that is that drawer. Alrighty, this is my beautiful palette drawer. So kind of the same thing. Back when I decluttered the last time years ago, like full on collection declutter. I can link my playlist of all those if you want to watch them because they're still fun to watch, you know, if you like decluttering stuff. Boy, have I gathered more since then. And I guess it has been years, so it makes sense. But anyway, there are definitely things that will be decluttered in here too. Kind of have my smaller ones up here. This is a favorite. I need to repurchase like ASAP Rocky because it's from Bare Minerals. It's their neutral eyeshadow palette, their Gen Nude Neutral. This is hard to find now, and it was my favorite, and two of the freaking shadows, I dropped it and they fell out and shattered. I'm like, cool. I need to rebuy that, honestly, because that was like top 3 favorite period. I have some Revlon ones here. They're So Fierce line. I like them. They're not like favorite of all time, but they're nice. The Milani Most Wanted eyeshadow palette. Really, really pretty. This Flower Beauty quad is so good. It's called Petal Play. It's definitely like a neutral lover's palette, and so I love it. And also the packaging is beautiful. Wet n Wild, this one, their new Walking on Eggshells is so good. And I've got some e.l.f. ones here. My favorite of these is Rose Water. I have some other ones here too. I have their Pumpkin Pie one, which is awesome for fall. And then this one in Cream and Sugar is another very neutral, awesome little quad. So another quad I love is from Revolution, and it's their like XX Exposed palette. Definitely a fave. This and the Flower one are very, very similar, and they are totally nearly dupes for my favorite Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk quad, which is in my bathroom. But I have a ColourPop quad here. I loved this line of eyeshadows. This one's called Sorbet. Smashbox Trio, I bought on a whim a year or two ago in Showmance. It really is unlike anything I have. NARS Suede eyeshadow palette, definitely a fave. I love these shimmers, so good. This M Cosmetics Divine Skies palette, definitely a favorite. I think I found a dupe for. I don't want to tell you what it is yet because that video is coming. It is beautiful, especially if you like pinky tones. This is definitely like top 10 favorite, maybe top 5. This one is limited edition MAC one from years ago. I actually still use a lot. Got an Inglot one. Talk about old school YouTube. These shades though, if I were to recreate it, I would have picked different shades. So I think I wanted like a universal like travel thing that I could bring this with another palette with shimmers and feel like I have everything, but I really need a better like crease shade. So I don't know. Maybe I'll eventually get a new Inglot shadow or two. Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's called the Darling palette. But this again, very similar to the M Cosmetics one where it's got these like pinky peachy tones. I get a lot of use out of this. This is definitely, again, up there like top 5. Got some ColourPop ones, the Going Coconuts. Definitely one I've gotten a lot of use out of the years. I love the Big Mirror. Then I've got the Blush Crush, which is really, really pretty. Their Wild Nothing is another favorite from them, especially if you like neutrals like I do. Then I've got the Persona Identity palette. I think they did just send me their new packaging for this. I need to try. This is pretty old and you can tell it has been well loved over the years. Maybelline Nudes of New York, actually really, really good. And it's from the drugstore, which is always awesome. Some Maybelline and Wet n Wild little quads. This is another really good fall palette in Sunlit Bronze. Just really pretty shades. Got some Rare Beauty eyeshadow palettes I really haven't played with yet. I need to mess with, but they're really pretty. These will be decluttered. Such a bummer, the Gilmore Girls. I did a whole video trying stuff. These were not good. The Makeup by Mario little quads. This one I like more. This is the Bronzy Glam. This is just some of my like single shadows. Some are MAC, some are like various Makeup Geek, those kinds of brands that sell like single shadows. I've got some Sydney Grace ones, some Makeup by Mario palettes. This matte palette is really good, super blendable. This one is the one where you can mix it with the medium, which I have in another drawer. I've obviously only played with that shade, but it is stunning. Got the Anastasia Sultry palette. This is the only naked palette I currently have, the Naked Honey. Oh, I've got 2 e.l.f. palettes, the Opposites Attract. New classics I get a ton of use out of. This one is definitely a favorite. I skipped over a few here. I see the Bare Minerals Mineralist ones. I got these in PR. Not a fan. Really not. I love that this is recycled. You can pull this out. This is totally recyclable, I think. They're just not great shadows. It's really a bummer. I have the other ones brand new. I'm just going to pass on. This is a single shadow little setup from Makeup Forever. Charlotte Tilbury, disappointment. Not great. These like instant look, they're not great quality. A NARS, I think this was limited edition palette. That is such a shame because it is beautiful. It was called the Skin Deep palette by Terry Blee Paris. I really like this and the formula is great, but I only use a couple shades in it. So it's a bummer because the idea of it, I just think this is so beautiful. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it. This Mented Cosmetics one, really pretty, super blendable. Again, I only use a couple of shades in it, but the shades I use are really pretty. Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. Violet Voss, you guys know the Holy Grail palette is one I've loved for years. What do I wanna say right here if you've been watching? I spilled coffee on it once and it was just fine, which is very weird. Your Golden palette from ColourPop, I've only used like once or twice, but it's so pretty. And then I just have a lot of single shadow type things back there. They're all so old and random that I'm like, it's not even really worth showing. I need to go through those someday, but for now they live back there. Those are my palettes. Alrighty, this is my lip drawer and I love it. I'm so glad that everything fit all in one drawer, like literally everything. So I have my lipstick stored like this I haven't stored my lipsticks like this in years, but it's kind of nice because for the most part, I can see the shades, whereas when I have everything laid on its side, you can't tell what everything is. So it's just kind of nice. There are only a few exceptions like the MAC ones. So I've got some Rare Beauty ones here. I've got MAC ones. My favorite MAC shade is, oh, this is Cream in Your Coffee. One of you guys keeps telling me try Cream in Your Coffee. I have. It's really pretty. This is Yash, which is like a matte one. I know a lot of YouTubers love. It's grown on me. It's one that I mention a lot that I keep retrying. I'm like, I think I like it. This one's in Modesty, which is like a mid-tone pink. But my favorite is Patisserie, and I'm pretty sure now that I'm saying that, it's in my purse. But it's just like a beautiful everyday color. Anyway, so I've got some Milani here, the Teddy Bear, I Am Happy. Got an Ultra Lip from Glossier. This was my wedding lipstick, Edward Bess in Rose Demure. This is definitely old, but I'm never gonna get rid of it. I don't wear it. I just love that color so much. Makes me so happy. So I've got some Maybelline lipsticks. These are one of my favorite formulas from the drugstore. I just find them to be so creamy, especially if you get the cream line. This is in Flush Punch. You can tell I definitely have a certain mid-tone pink that I just like, but they're just so pretty. So if you are needing a new lipstick, definitely look at the cream line from Maybelline. This one's in Warm Me Up, which is really pretty as well. And I even think the packaging's kind of pretty and a little bit unique. I've got some of the Milani ones there. I have some of these L'Oreal moisturizing ones. I've got some Marc Jacobs. I don't even know if they still sell these. This was my favorite red forever, an Oh Miley, and it is absolutely stunning. Got some of the Shine ones from Revlon. I love some Charlotte Tilbury ones. This is another good red, the Milk Makeup OG red. It's the one I've been reaching for more or less because it's not as old as that one, but it's a beautiful red. Got some NARS Audacious lipsticks I really like. So those are pretty much my lipsticks. I've got lip liners here. I'm not going to go through every single one. A lot of the Sephora, well, I should say a couple of the Sephora Rouge Gel lip liner. That's one of my favorite lip liner lines of all time. Laura Mercier ones, I get those in PR, but honestly, y'all, I end up reaching for them a lot. And at first I was like, because they're pencil liners, but I actually really like them. I really like the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat line. I have this one in Super Size Me. That was the first one I ever bought. So lots of ones like that. Got some MAC ones here, some Buxom, these like bigger ones. They're plump line lip liners I enjoy. That's pretty much it. So I've got glosses here, kind of just across the board. Got some Bare Minerals glosses. They're mineralist lip gloss balms. These smell so good. They smell like sour candy. Doesn't really sound good, I know, but this is a shade I would have overlooked, but it's actually really pretty. It's in Adventure. I have my Maybelline Lifter glosses. I love, my newest shade is in the shade Moon. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I just have to show it to you. Totally reminds me of the Fenty Gloss Bombs, but way cheaper. Isn't that color just beautiful? These have a nice, like kind of warm baked goods type scent. I've got some Makeup by Mario glosses down there. I'm not a huge fan of. They're just like mediocre. Got Buxom glosses. These are some of my favorites. These are kind of random shades. This is Irish Coffee, which is really pretty, but it's a little light. But I love the Buxom glosses because they give you that plumped look. And man, I love the way my lips look with these on. This one's called Pumpkin Spice Latte. So I got these, I want to say last fall or maybe the fall before. So I don't know if they're limited edition or not. I'll see if I can find them. But Autumn is another one that's a little more shimmery that's really pretty too. I'm excited to use that this fall. Tower 28 glosses, some of my absolute like top 3 glosses of all time. Make your lips look so smooth, so comfortable. I also love the Dose of Colors glosses. I used to have the shade Messy Bun that I loved, but I don't have that anymore because it like bursts and I never repurchased it. But this one in Just My Type, I like just as much, if not more, shade-wise. But these are the creamiest, most comfortable, non-sticky glosses ever. Got some Fenty ones. This, by the way, the heat feels like you just ate a Red Hot and then it was on your tongue and you licked your lips and you've got the Red Hot like all over the lips. It does burn a little bit. The other ones, of course, don't, and I love them. Got this Physicians Formula Diamond Plumper is a really pretty gloss. The Rimmel Stay Glossy in Blushing Belgraves. This MAC Lip Glass in Purr. Bobbi Brown in New Romantic is really pretty. Big fan of the e.l.f. lip plumping glosses. These are so good. Back here, I have more like liquid lipstick type things or stains. I love the Lancome L'Absolu lip lacquer stains. You put them on your lips and they are like glossy, but they stain the lips. They just stay all day. It's crazy. And they stay looking glossy. So I found a dupe at the drugstore from L'Oreal And if you didn't know, L'Oreal and Lancome are like owned under the same umbrella. There's a chance it's basically the same formula. I don't know for sure, but they're so similar, it's insane. I've got some Rare Beauty ones that I like, but they're not a fave. You definitely have to wear these with lip liner. My two favorite like full-on liquid lipsticks from the drugstore are the Maybelline Superstay Matte Inks. For sure, these do not budge, but they stay pretty comfy. And my other favorites from L'Oreal, I don't know the exact name. This is in I Choose, but these stay on all day as well. And then I've got lip balms back here. I've got some of the e.l.f. Ride or Die lip balms. Those are really good. The peach one is definitely a favorite. Got the Fresh Sugar lip treatment. This is Tree Hut. I love this Kapari lip balm. It's their lip glossy in birthday suit. It's really pretty. Laneige lip glowy balms I love. Got one from LYS, the glossy lip treatment oil. I have this Neutrogena one that's actually really good. There we go. I was like, I know I have a Shea Moisture one in here. Their vegan lip balm is really good too. That is what is in this drawer. So this is just a quick shot in my bathroom of the makeup I have in here. Honestly, usually it's a little bit fuller, but because now I have the other makeup here, there's just a little bit less, but just stuff I either reach for all the time or things that I'm trying out to see how I feel about it. So that's kind of what you're seeing here, including this bad boy that I was so excited to get, and it is all shattered. So I need to return it. I'm just super bummed. I've already reordered it though, because I was like genuinely really wanting to try it. So that is, I guess I didn't tell you what it is. It's the multitasking baked face palette from Sephora. So yeah, just so you can kind of get an idea of what's in here. So I hope that you enjoyed. If you did enjoy this style of video, definitely subscribe. I do makeup videos, but I also do a lot of vlogs and stuff here on my channel too. Just about life and family and I don't know, just whatever I'm feeling in the moment, I guess. But I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.